Chosen one. This moment is not random, and your presence here is not an accident. Heaven arranged this encounter with precision because what is being spoken now meets you at the exact edge of timing. Chosen one, you were summoned here because something long restrained has reached its appointed hour. What was delayed has not been denied. What was hidden has been preserved. What was opposed has already been decided in heaven. Anointed one, there were hands that tried to narrow your future and voices that tried to normalize lack, but none of them were consulted when God rendered his verdict. Scripture reminds us that the vision waits for the appointed time and will surely come, and that time is now unfolding around you. You are standing at the threshold of a supernatural shift where elevation is sudden, provision is precise, and restoration moves faster than explanation. This is not ambition, this is alignment. This is not excess. This is inheritance coming into form. Chosen one, what is approaching is not merely financial, it is authority returning to its rightful place. Years of stretching, restraint, and silent faith were not wasted. They calibrated you to carry what is being released without losing your center. Heaven is correcting what was restricted, and the correction is irreversible. Sometimes God's reminders do not arrive with noise or argument, but through something quiet and steady that holds you when words fall short. What has been prepared rests here, waiting without pressure, already set in place. Chosen one. What happens next is not symbolic, and it is not motivational language meant to soothe you. This is the moment when heaven interrupts what has felt like a closed system. When God decides, the decision does not negotiate with timelines, opinions, or past outcomes. It overrides them. You are standing in a place where preparation meets permission. You were not preserved through lack to remain there. You were refined there so you would not collapse when release arrived. Anointed one, I need you to understand this clearly. Poverty was never your identity. Struggle was never your assignment. It was a corridor, not a destination. I have walked seasons where every calculation mattered, where silence was heavier than answers, where faith had to be practiced without applause. Those seasons did not mean heaven was distant. They meant heaven was deliberate. What felt like delay was calibration. What felt like denial was alignment quietly taking shape. Chosen one, the rooms you are about to enter will feel unfamiliar because scarcity trained you to expect resistance. You learned to brace instead of receive. But now the posture must change. You are not walking into places where you have to convince anyone. You are walking into spaces where your presence explains itself. Doors will open without argument. Conversations will shift without effort. Opportunities will arrive already decided. This is what it means to be carried by favor rather than driven by force. Anointed one, there were people who spoke about you as though your story was finished. I know how that feels, because I have heard my name spoken in past tense while I was still standing. They assumed the silence meant stagnation. They mistook restraint for failure. But heaven never confuses quiet with weakness. Scripture reminds us that what is hidden for a time is revealed at the appointed hour, and your hour is no longer distant. Chosen one, every night you stayed awake, stretching what little you had, was not wasted effort. It was proof of stewardship. Every time you gave when it cost you something, heaven took note. Every moment you chose endurance over bitterness, something was added to you that cannot be purchased. People thought you were surviving. God knew you were being trained. This is why what is coming will not undo you. It will not inflate you beyond your grounding. It will expand you without erasing who you are. Anointed one, there is a difference between sudden wealth and divine transfer. Sudden wealth shocks the unprepared. Divine transfer settles into the hands of those who have already learned restraint, humility, and clarity. You have lived real life. You have navigated disappointment. You have endured misunderstanding. That is why what is approaching will not own you. You will own it. Not for display, but for alignment. Not for status, but for assignment. Chosen one, some of the rejection you experienced was protection disguised as loss. If certain doors had opened earlier, you would have entered too small. If certain connections had stayed, they would have drained what was meant to be preserved. God does not just bless outcomes, He guards vessels. This is why the path narrowed before it widened. This is why distractions fell away before provision accelerated. Anointed one, hear this with clarity. Heaven is not rewarding perfection. Heaven is honoring persistence. You kept walking when quitting would have been understandable. You stayed open when closing would have been easier. That endurance carries authority, and authority attracts provision. This is why systems are shifting around you now. This is why people are thinking of you without knowing why. This is why solutions are forming before problems even appear. Chosen one, what is coming will answer questions people asked in secret. They will not be able to trace the source because it was never meant to be traced. It was meant to be witnessed. Your life will begin to speak in ways your words never had to, and you will not need to explain yourself. Evidence does not argue, it simply stands. Anointed one, I am not speaking from theory. I have seen how God restores balance when the scales have leaned too far into loss. I have watched clarity return after confusion lingered too long. I have felt provision arrive without stress after seasons where effort brought little return. That shift does not come with noise, it comes with certainty. And once it begins, it does not reverse. Chosen one, this part of your journey ends here, not with applause, but with alignment, not with urgency, but with authority. What unfolds next will feel steady, intentional, and unmistakably guided. Stay present here, because what follows builds directly on what has already been decided. Chosen one. There is a reason the pressure intensified right before things began to shift. Resistance always reveals proximity. When something valuable is about to surface, friction increases, not because you are doing something wrong, but because what is emerging carries weight. You were not overlooked. You were being guarded. Heaven does not rush what must last. It stabilizes it first. Anointed one, I want you to recognize this pattern. Just before doors open, voices get louder. Doubt becomes more persuasive. Fatigue settles into the body. You begin questioning decisions that once felt certain. This is not failure. This is transition. I have stood in that space myself, where clarity felt close but unseen, where progress was internal long before it became visible. That space is holy ground, even when it feels uncomfortable. Chosen one, the systems that once resisted you are now adjusting around you. You may not see it yet, but alignment is already in motion. Conversations are happening without your presence. Decisions are being made that include your name without your effort. This is how divine order works. When God decides, He does not announce it to everyone. He activates it quietly and lets reality catch up. Anointed one, there were seasons when you tried harder and received less. That was not wasted energy. That was refinement. You learned discernment. You learned timing. You learned how to recognize the difference between opportunity and distraction. Many people receive resources before they develop clarity, and the resources undo them. You were protected from that outcome. What felt like delay was mercy in disguise. Chosen one, notice how your tolerance for chaos has changed. Things that once drained you now repel you. Conversations that once held your attention now feel empty. This is not arrogance. This is elevation in awareness. When you rise internally, misalignment becomes uncomfortable. God does not only change your circumstances, He upgrades your sensitivity so you can maintain what arrives. Anointed one, I have learned that real provision does not arrive with panic. It arrives with calm. When something is forced, it demands urgency. When something is ordained, it brings peace. The shift you are entering will not feel frantic. It will feel settled, even if the scale surprises you. That calm is confirmation. That steadiness is evidence. Chosen one, the fear that whispers, "What if it disappears?" comes from old survival patterns. Those patterns were necessary once. They kept you alert. They kept you moving. But they are not meant to lead you forward. Provision sustained by fear always leaks. Provision sustained by trust stabilizes. This is why God addressed your inner world before addressing your outer one. Anointed one, some people will struggle to understand your transition because they only knew you in your restraint. They became comfortable with your limitation. Your expansion will challenge their assumptions, and that is not your responsibility to manage. Growth always disrupts old agreements. You are not required to stay small to keep others comfortable. Chosen one, I want to speak directly to the moments you questioned yourself, the nights you replayed conversations, the days you wondered if you missed something. Heaven did not miscalculate you. Heaven accounted for every delay, every detour, every silent season. Nothing was wasted. Nothing needs to be recovered. Everything is being integrated. Anointed one, the favor coming to you is not fragile. It does not depend on perfect behavior or constant effort. It rests on alignment. When alignment is present, support becomes sustainable. This is why what is forming now will not collapse under pressure. It has structure, it has timing, it has backing beyond what is visible. Chosen one, there is a difference between being lucky and being positioned. Luck is inconsistent. Positioning is intentional. You were positioned through endurance, through obedience, through choosing integrity when shortcuts were available. That positioning carries authority. Authority attracts cooperation. Cooperation creates flow. Anointed one, you may notice that help arrives from unexpected places. Solutions appear without pursuit. This is not coincidence. This is the environment responding to your internal shift. When clarity stabilizes, confusion loses influence. When direction sharpens, resistance weakens. Chosen one, the next phase of your life will feel less like striving and more like stewardship. Less like proving and more like receiving. That does not mean there will be no responsibility. It means the responsibility will feel proportional instead of overwhelming. You are ready for this because you learned restraint before abundance. Anointed one, remember this. The same God who sustained you in lack will guide you in overflow. He does not change when circumstances change. He remains consistent. That consistency is your anchor. You are not entering uncertainty. You are entering expansion with oversight. Chosen one, pause here. Let what has been spoken settle. The next layer builds on this foundation, and it unfolds with precision, not haste. Chosen one. There is a quiet recalibration happening inside you that most people will never notice, and that is by design. Before God alters external flow, He stabilizes internal posture. You are not just stepping into increase, you are being adjusted so increase does not pull you off center. This is why your reactions have changed. Things that once triggered urgency now invite discernment. Situations that once demanded explanation now receive silence. That is not withdrawal. That is authority settling in. Anointed One, I have learned through lived experience that when God prepares to elevate someone, He reduces their need to be seen. Attention loses its grip. Validation stops being fuel. You begin to care more about alignment than applause. This shift does not happen by willpower. It happens because survival taught you what mattered, and endurance stripped away what did not. That stripping was not loss. It was refinement. Chosen One, there were moments you felt unseen and assumed it meant you were being bypassed. In truth, you were being positioned where imitation could not follow. Heaven often hides what it plans to highlight later. If your rise had come early, it would have been crowded. What is coming now will be clean. It will not require performance. It will not demand explanation. It will simply unfold. Anointed One, notice how your patience has deepened. You no longer rush decisions just to relieve discomfort. You can sit with uncertainty without panic. That capacity is rare, and it is expensive to acquire. Most people never develop it because they escape pressure instead of learning from it. You stayed, you learned, you adapted without hardening. That is why what arrives next will not overwhelm you. Chosen One, some of the people who doubted you were not malicious. They were limited by their own frameworks. They could not imagine expansion without force, because force was all they knew. But heaven does not operate by strain. It operates by order. When order aligns, provision flows naturally. You are entering a season where effort decreases and effectiveness increases. Anointed One, there were sacrifices you made quietly, choices you did not announce, integrity decisions that cost you access in the short term. Those moments were recorded even when no one affirmed them. Scripture teaches that what is done in secret is seen, and you are beginning to witness what seen faith produces. This is not repayment, it is recognition. Chosen One, I want to ground this for you. I have watched provision arrive after long restraint, not with chaos, but with calm, not with pressure, but with precision. When it came, it did not feel like winning a race. It felt like stepping into a room already prepared. That is the texture of divine supply. It does not shock the nervous system, it stabilizes it. Anointed One, the clarity forming now will protect you from misaligned opportunities. Not every open door is an assignment. Not every offer is provision. You are being given the discernment to tell the difference. This is why your spirit tightens around certain options and relaxes around others. Trust that signal. It has been trained. Chosen One, there is also a release happening around shame. Old narratives that tried to define you by what you lacked are losing power. You are no longer interpreting your worth through scarcity. That internal shift changes everything. When shame exits, reception becomes possible. You cannot carry abundance while arguing with your value. That argument is ending. Anointed One, do not be surprised if some relationships fall silent. Silence is not always rejection. Sometimes it is repositioning. As you align, your frequency changes. Not everyone can follow that shift, and that is not a failure. It is sorting. God often simplifies the environment before He multiplies the supply. Chosen One, what you are stepping into will not demand that you abandon who you are. It will require that you honor it. You will not need to become louder, harder, or sharper. You will become clearer. Clarity carries more power than force ever could. That clarity will guide decisions, finances and partnerships with minimal friction. Anointed One, you may notice that your prayers are changing. Less pleading, more listening. Less urgency, more agreement. That is not because you care less. It is because trust has replaced anxiety. When trust stabilizes, prayer becomes alignment instead of negotiation. Chosen One, this is not the season to look back and measure yourself against what could have been. That comparison dissolves authority. Everything you needed was built in sequence. Nothing is late, nothing is missing, nothing needs to be chased. What is yours is approaching with intention. Anointed One, there will be moments ahead that feel almost ordinary, yet carry extraordinary impact. A conversation that seems casual, a decision that feels simple, a yes that does not require struggle. Pay attention to those moments. Divine movement often disguises itself as ease. Chosen One, let this settle without rushing forward. The next part will reveal how to recognize what is arriving without gripping it. Stay here, steady and present, because momentum is being built quietly and precisely. Chosen One. There comes a point in the journey where the fire quiets, not because it is gone, but because it has moved deeper. This is the part few people talk about. The promise is still alive, but the adrenaline has faded. The certainty remains, but the days feel ordinary again. This is where endurance is formed, not through intensity, but through return. Return to what you know is true, even when nothing new seems to be happening. Anointed One, this is the season where faith is no longer dramatic. It is steady. It shows up in small decisions, repeated prayers, quiet restraint. It looks like getting up and doing what needs to be done, even when inspiration is absent. I know this space well. It is where I learned that waiting does not mean idling. It means remaining available without forcing movement. Chosen One, fatigue does not mean you are failing. It means you have been carrying weight for a long time. Even those called for great things grow tired in the in-between. Scripture speaks of those who waited through long stretches without visible change, not because heaven forgot, but because timing was still aligning. Weariness does not disqualify you. It reveals that you stayed when leaving would have been easier. Anointed One, some days faith looks like remembering instead of believing again. You remember what you felt when clarity first came. You remember how certain the inner yes was. You remember the peace that arrived without evidence. That memory is not nostalgia, it is an anchor. When emotion fluctuates, remembrance stabilizes. Chosen One, there were mornings when nothing seemed to move, yet you still chose integrity. There were weeks when progress felt stalled, yet you refused shortcuts. Those moments did not feel powerful, but they were formative. Power that lasts is built quietly. Loud faith burns fast. Enduring faith learns how to breathe under pressure. Anointed One, I have lived seasons where the only thing sustaining me was consistency. Not excitement, not answers, just the decision to return again to what grounded me, to show up even when motivation was thin, to trust that unseen work was happening even when nothing confirmed it. Those were not empty days, they were root days. Chosen One, this is where many people abandon what they were called to carry, not because they stop believing, but because they grow tired of holding something without proof. You stayed. You did not collapse into cynicism. You did not harden into bitterness. That choice matters more than you know. Anointed One, waiting matures the promise. It removes entitlement. It burns away urgency that would have fractured you later. What is being prepared must match who you have become, not who you were when you first heard it. This is why heaven does not rush the release. It protects both the gift and the carrier. Chosen One, There are ordinary moments that carry more weight than dramatic ones. Washing dishes while praying quietly, sitting in silence when answers do not come, choosing rest instead of panic. These are not distractions from faith, they are faith lived in the body. They train the nervous system to remain steady when blessing arrives. Anointed one, faith is often steadied through simple, repeatable reminders rather than constant explanation or dramatic signs. There is something gentle placed in the description or the pinned comment that reflects this truth. Chosen one, do not mistake the simplicity of this season for insignificance. Simplicity is where strength consolidates. Complexity scatters energy. What feels quiet now is gathering force. What feels slow now is gaining precision. Heaven is not idle, it is exact. Anointed one, the temptation in waiting is to measure time emotionally, to assume that because it feels long, it is wrong. But divine timing does not move according to impatience. It moves according to readiness. You are closer than you think, not because things feel exciting, but because they feel stable. Chosen one, stability is a sign. When desperation leaves, alignment enters. When striving softens, stewardship becomes possible. This is why your desires feel clearer but less frantic. You no longer need everything at once. You are willing to receive in order. That willingness signals maturity. Anointed one, there will be days when you question if anything is happening at all. Those days do not undo what has already been set in motion. Momentum in the unseen does not require your awareness to continue. Your responsibility is not to monitor it. Your responsibility is to remain faithful to the posture you have cultivated. Chosen one, the promise does not decay while you wait. It ripens. What will arrive later will arrive cleaner because you did not rush it, stronger because you did not force it, safer because you did not chase it. This is not delay for delay's sake. This is timing with intention. Anointed one, remember that rest is not retreat. Rest is maintenance. You are allowed to pause without losing position. You are allowed to breathe without falling behind. The calling does not disappear when you rest. It remains steady and patient. Chosen one, endurance is not about gritting your teeth. It is about trusting the process enough to stay present, enough to keep choosing honesty, enough to keep choosing clarity, enough to keep choosing alignment when no one is watching. Anointed one, this part of the journey is sacred because it proves you are not driven by emotion alone. You are anchored, you are consistent, you are ready to carry what requires long-term stewardship, not short-term excitement. Chosen one, let this season do its work. Let the waiting finish shaping you. What comes next does not need you frantic. It needs you steady. Chosen one. There comes a point in the journey where the wait is no longer dramatic. It is quiet. The tears are fewer, but the fatigue is deeper. This is the stretch where nothing is wrong, yet nothing is fully resolved. Where you wake up, do what needs to be done, and keep going, not because you feel strong, but because stopping would cost you more than continuing. This is the place heaven watches closely, because endurance without applause reveals more faith than excitement ever could. Anointed one, this part of the process does not come with fireworks. It comes with routine, with showing up when there is no confirmation, with choosing integrity when shortcuts present themselves, with guarding your spirit when comparison whispers that others arrived faster. You learn here that faith is not proven by how loudly you believe, but by how steadily you remain. You keep your word. You keep your posture. You keep your heart soft, even when the promise feels slow. There were days you expected more clarity, more movement, more visible progress. Instead, you were given ordinary responsibilities, bills that still needed paying, conversations that still required patience, decisions that still carried weight. And in those moments, something sacred was forming, not urgency, but stability, not spectacle, but strength. Heaven was not ignoring you, heaven was anchoring you, so that when increase arrives, it does not shake you loose from yourself. Chosen one. This is where many abandon the call without realizing it, not by walking away loudly, but by quietly shrinking, by lowering expectations, by convincing themselves that small is safer. But you did not do that. Even when you felt tired, you did not downgrade the vision. You simply learned how to carry it more quietly. You learned that waiting does not mean wasting. It means maturing. Anointed one. There is a kind of faith that only develops in repetition, in waking up and trusting again, in praying without emotional surge, in believing without visible reinforcement. This is the faith that builds muscle, not mood. This is the faith that does not panic when timelines stretch. You started to understand that delay was not resistance, it was refinement. The promise needed a version of you that could hold it without leaking peace. You have lived seasons where obedience looked unimpressive, where doing the right thing did not immediately reward you, where silence felt heavier than noise. Yet even there, provision never fully left you. Something always covered you, something always sustained you. Looking back, you can see moments where collapse was possible, but somehow you were held. Not lifted dramatically, just held enough to stand again the next day. Chosen one. This part of the journey teaches you how to return, not to excitement, but to remembrance, to the quiet knowing that first anchored you. You remember why you started believing in the first place. Not because life was easy, but because something inside you refused to accept limitation as final. That same knowing is still with you. It did not disappear. It simply became quieter as it became stronger. There were times you wanted an explanation, times you wanted heaven to speak clearly and resolve everything at once. But instead, what you were given was consistency, daily breath, daily restraint, daily strength to choose well. You learned that faith is often steadied not through constant explanation or dramatic signs, but through simple, repeatable reminders that keep you aligned when emotions fluctuate. One such quiet reminder has been gently placed below, resting in the description or the pinned comment, without urgency or demand. And now, Anointed One, we return immediately to what matters. This endurance you built was not filler time, it was preparation time. You were being taught how to walk with provision without being ruled by it, how to receive without scrambling, how to remain grounded when others react to your rise. You were learning the pace of heaven, which is never rushed and never late. Chosen one. There is a reason your promise did not arrive when you were still trying to prove something. There is a reason it did not come when resentment was still close to the surface. What is coming requires a steadiness you now possess. It requires discernment you did not have before. It requires boundaries you learned through pressure. This is not punishment for impatience. This is protection for what is next. Anointed One, you have already outlasted versions of yourself that would not have survived this season. The one who needed validation would have broken. The one who rushed would have mishandled it. The one who feared being overlooked would have compromised. But you stayed. You adapted. You matured. And heaven took note, not with excitement, but with approval. This is why the waiting did not break you. It trained you. It slowed you down enough to hear yourself again, to feel when something was misaligned, to recognize when peace left a decision. These skills were not optional. They were required for the level of trust being extended to you. What is approaching will not just bless you, it will trust you. Chosen one, if this part of the journey has felt lonely, it is because refinement often is. Not everyone can walk at this pace. Not everyone can tolerate this silence, but you did. And because you did, you are now positioned differently. Not ahead in noise, but ahead in readiness. What comes next will move faster than what came before, because the foundation no longer needs correction. Anointed one, take this moment as confirmation. Not that everything is finished, but that you are steady enough for what is unfolding. The waiting has done its work. The endurance has shaped you, and the promise you are carrying is no longer fragile. It is rooted. Chosen one. There is a shift that happens when endurance finishes its assignment. It does not arrive loudly. It does not announce itself with emotion. It arrives as readiness. You begin to notice that your reactions have changed. Things that once triggered fear now pass through you without grabbing hold. Situations that once demanded answers now receive patience instead. This is not numbness. This is strength that has settled into your bones. Anointed one, this is the stage where discernment sharpens. You no longer confuse urgency with importance. You no longer chase every open door. You feel when something is aligned and when something is merely available. That sensitivity was trained in the waiting. The silence taught you how to listen. The delays taught you how to distinguish between pressure and purpose. Chosen one. What is coming next requires this version of you, not the one who needed reassurance at every step, but the one who can move calmly when momentum begins. Increase does not only amplify resources, it amplifies character. That is why heaven took its time. What you carry now will not overwhelm you. It will recognize you. Anointed one, there is often a moment when faith becomes less about asking and more about agreement. You are no longer pleading for things to happen. You are aligning with what is already in motion. Your prayers feel different. They are quieter, more precise. You speak less, but you trust more. This is a sign that authority has replaced anxiety. You may notice that people respond to you differently now, not because you have announced anything, but because your presence has shifted. You are less reactive, less explainable, more grounded. This is not distance. This is gravity. When something carries weight, it does not need to chase attention. Attention comes to it naturally. Chosen one. There were seasons when you had to convince yourself to keep going. This is no longer that season. You are not being dragged forward by willpower. You are being carried forward by alignment. Even when the path is not fully visible, your steps feel supported. That is not imagination. That is timing opening underneath you. Anointed one, provision often moves before visibility. Opportunities begin forming while you are still living normally. Conversations happen without your involvement. Decisions are made in rooms you have never entered. This does not require your effort. It requires your readiness. And readiness has already been cultivated in you. You are beginning to understand that trust is not passive. It is active restraint. It is knowing when not to interfere, when not to force, when not to speak prematurely. You have learned that silence can be a form of obedience, not silence born of fear, but silence rooted in confidence. Chosen one, there is a calm authority now in the way you consider your future. You are not rushing to escape where you are. You are attentive to what is being built through you. That patience is not stagnation, it is strategy. Heaven moves with those who can wait without leaking faith. Anointed one, some of what is being prepared will arrive suddenly, not because it was rushed, but because the groundwork was laid quietly. Sudden does not mean unplanned. Sudden means concealed preparation has finished. When it happens, it will feel natural, not shocking. You will recognize it immediately, even if others do not. You may still have moments of uncertainty. That does not undo what has been established. Even seasoned faith has questions. What matters is that uncertainty no longer controls your decisions. You can feel doubt without obeying it. You can acknowledge fear without letting it steer. This is mastery learned through endurance. Chosen one. You are not standing on the edge of something fragile. You are standing on something reinforced. The delays reinforced it. The resistance reinforced it. The waiting reinforced it. What once felt like obstacles were actually supports being installed under your future. Anointed one, there is a difference between hoping something happens and being positioned for it. Hope keeps looking ahead. Positioning prepares to receive. You are no longer hoping in the same way. You are positioned. Your life has been rearranged subtly to make room. Your habits, your boundaries, your values. All of it has shifted to accommodate what is coming. You may not see the full picture yet, but you can feel the steadiness underneath you. That steadiness is the signal. Heaven does not release weight into unstable hands. It waits until the carrier can move without shaking. You have reached that threshold. Chosen one. As this part of the journey continues, you are not required to do more. You are required to remain clear, to stay honest, to stay grounded, to stay responsive rather than reactive. What unfolds next will respond to who you have become, not who you used to be. Anointed one, there will be a moment when you realize you are no longer preparing. You are participating, not striving, not proving, not chasing, simply moving with what has already been decided. That transition will feel subtle, but it will change everything. Chosen one, you are not late, you are not behind, you are not catching up. You are arriving as intended. And what you step into next will meet you at the exact measure you can carry without losing yourself. Chosen one. There is a quiet acceleration happening now, not in appearance but in alignment. Things are beginning to converge. What once felt scattered is starting to organize itself around you, not because you chased it, but because you stayed consistent when nothing was applauding you. Consistency carries a frequency that chaos cannot interrupt. Anointed one, this phase tests something subtle. It tests whether you can remain steady when movement begins again. Many people can wait. Fewer can transition well. Waiting teaches patience. Movement requires discernment. You are learning how to move without abandoning the posture that sustained you. Chosen one. You may notice invitations appearing that feel different from before. They are quieter, less dramatic, more specific. They do not appeal to ego, they appeal to alignment. This is intentional. What is unfolding now is not trying to impress you, it is trying to match you. Anointed one, there were times when you wanted proof before commitment. That season has passed. Now commitment precedes proof. Not blind commitment, but informed trust. You know what misalignment feels like now. You know when something costs peace. That awareness protects you more than any external confirmation ever could. Chosen one. There is a recalibration of desire happening within you. You no longer want everything you once prayed for. Some things have quietly fallen away. That is not loss. That is refinement. Desire aligned with calling feels calmer, not louder. It does not beg. It waits to be met. Anointed one, I have learned that when provision is close, temptation changes shape. It no longer tries to stop you outright. It tries to rush you, to convince you that faster is better, that urgency equals favor. But favor does not pressure. Favor positions. You are being trained to recognize the difference. Chosen one. The strength you carry now is not obvious to those who knew you before. They remember your struggle. They remember your restraint. They do not yet recognize your readiness. That is fine. Readiness does not require consensus. Heaven never waits for group approval. Anointed one, there is a humility that comes from endurance that cannot be imitated. It does not downplay value, it grounds it. When increase arrives, you will not need to announce it. You will manage it. You will steward it. You will protect it from noise. Chosen one. Some of what is coming will feel almost anticlimactic at first. Not because it is small, but because you have grown. What once would have overwhelmed you now fits. That is how you know the timing is right. Blessing should meet capacity, not exceed it. Anointed one, the discipline you learned in lack will now serve you in abundance. You know how to pause. You know how to assess. You know how to say no. Those skills are not erased by provision. They are activated by it. What you endured taught you how to hold without gripping. Chosen one. There is also a release happening internally, a release from proving, a release from explaining, a release from defending your pace. You no longer feel the need to justify your process. That freedom is not indifference, it is confidence that has settled. Anointed one, you are entering a season where results begin to speak before you do. This does not require you to withdraw. It requires you to remain honest. Honesty keeps favor clean. Integrity keeps doors open. You learned both when the stakes were low, so you could practice them when the stakes rise. Chosen one. You may still feel moments of caution. That is not fear. That is wisdom remembering cost. Wisdom does not paralyze. It calibrates. It helps you move deliberately instead of impulsively. That deliberateness will protect what is entrusted to you. Anointed one, the conversations around you will begin to shift. Where there was once uncertainty, there will be curiosity. Where there was once dismissal, there will be attention. You do not need to manage this transition. Let it happen. Attention that arrives organically carries less distortion. Chosen one. There is also a responsibility unfolding alongside the blessing. Not pressure, but awareness. You understand now that what you receive is not only for comfort, it is for stewardship, for building, for stabilizing. This awareness did not come overnight. It was formed through experience. Anointed one, heaven trusts those who have learned to wait without resentment, who can receive without arrogance, who can grow without forgetting. That trust is rare. It is also powerful. It opens pathways that effort